Yo, 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 yo.
Hey, good morning, Charlamagne.
Peace, Angela Yee. It's Thursday. I forgot what day it was.
That is exciting.
Yeah, I haven't had a.
That is exciting.
You broadcasted from Charlotte, right?
Yes, I'm in Charlotte. Shout out to everybody at UNC Charlotte. I was there last night with the Black Student Union. Had a great time.
Okay. Hold on one second.
Everybody says hi out here because, you know, they love you in the Carolinas.
Oh, man, that's home. North Carolina, well, South Carolina is home. But North Carolina is an extended home. I spent a lot of time in Charlotte. You're in Charlotte, right? I said that.
Yes.
Listen, I haven't gotten much sleep in the past couple of days, so bear with me. All right?
What have you been doing?
Well, last night was my wife's born day. So I was out to dinner last night. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, for too long. And then the night before, I only got 2-3 hours of sleep because of the Hove concert. So technically, in the past 48 hours, I've got 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Now, you know, when I was in my 20s or early 30s, that was fine. I could do that. But, you know, when you start hitting them late 30s and you staying 40 in the face, 6 hours of sleep in 2 days ain't the thing, bro. We in hip hop used to grow up on that. You know, sleep is the cousin of death. Or sleep when you die.
I never grew up on that.
Hey, you don't get no sleep, you're gonna feel dead, and you might die. Okay.
No, I feel you. I've been going on fumes too. We did the Lip Service live podcast the other day. I didn't get home till like 1:30 in the morning, and then now I'm in Charlotte.
And it don't help that we just coming back off vacation. You know what I'm saying? And
you know what's funny? Sometimes you need a vacation from your vacation too. Because I feel like I was on vacation, but I was doing a lot of stuff for my mom while I was away. So it felt like I did radio while I was in Montserrat and everything. So it was a lot of running around.
Clearly Envy was on to something when he took 2 weeks off. All right. This is the second week of vacation, but we are here. And this morning on the show, we have Killer Cam. Cameron will be here this morning.
Man, and that reminds me of my vacation because I just remember laying in bed and seeing Mace and Cameron going back and forth and then watching all this drama in Cameron's life. Him and his girlfriend broke up. Another woman was saying that there's a lot going on with Cameron Thanksgiving week.
Well, you know, Cameron's been on tour. He's on tour promoting his project that he dropped a couple weeks ago, the project that started this whole Mace Cam fiasco, but he was in town this week because he released his sneaker with Reebok, the Fleabok.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided to come to the Breakfast Club and like chop it up with us. Let's talk about the things that are going on.
Well, we appreciate it. Cameron's always very entertaining and very open.
Absolutely. So we'll be talking to Cameron next hour, and you got front page news up next, Chief?
Yes, imagine you're sitting on a flight and the person next to you is saying disgusting, sexually inappropriate things, and the flight attendant does nothing about it. We'll tell you who that happened to.
Next to Matt Lauer, Louis C.K., Harvey Weinstein. Who are you sitting next to? Huh? We'll talk about it. It's the Breakfast Club.
This audio was uploaded by Mr. G.A. Willie. Search for my channel on YouTube, MRGAWILLIE.
Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy is still on vacation. Yee, why am I on the front page of Twitter and there's a headline that says Jay-Z admits to cheating on Beyonce? Duh.
Yeah, I saw that headline this morning.
Why the white people so late? Where was y'all at during Lemonade and 444? What's up, yo? Seriously, come on.
I guess they wanted to hear him, I don't know, sit down in an interview and say it.
Oh, my God. Whatever. Front page news. Angela, what we got?
All right. Well, imagine you were on a flight and the person seated next to you was saying all kinds of nasty things. This happened to Randy Zuckerberg. Now, Zuckerberg is Mark Zuckerberg's sister, who's the CEO of Facebook, and she said she felt compelled to tell her story. She was on a Alaska Airlines flight, and the man sitting next to her was saying all kinds of nasty things. He was talking about touching himself. He was rating the women's bodies on board the flight, and he was complaining that millennial women just aren't willing to give some booty to get a job anymore.
Wow.
Now,
Matt
according to
Lauer.
Randy Zuckerberg, she told the flight attendant that she was uncomfortable with his behavior, and they told her he's a frequent flyer. And that's when they brushed off his behavior and kept on serving him drinks, even though she said that she was uncomfortable with how the person seated next to her was acting. Now, she said the flight attendants offered just a guy that flies on there all the time, and I guess they were familiar and had previous complaints about him. Now, she said the flight attendants offered to move her to a middle seat in the back of the plane.
So let me be clear. It wasn't Louis C.K., it wasn't Matt Lauer, it wasn't Harvey Weinstein. We don't know who this guy was.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't reveal his name as of yet, but now, after she made this complaint, and she also wrote an article about it and wrote a letter and everything and went on Twitter, that's when they actually have now banned him from flying on Alaska Airlines.
Okay.
But that's crazy that somebody could do those things and then they'll just tell you, oh, they've gotten complaints about him previously, and they just tell you got to move to a middle seat in the back when you're flying first class. Why doesn't he have to move? Why is he on this flight if he has a pattern of doing this? And they said, just ignore him. He has no filter. Crazy.
Yeah, you can't just tell somebody not sit here and be sexually harassed and here's some more peanuts while we at it.
And now I got to move to the back. All right, now let's talk about the girlfriend of Philando Castile, Diamond Reynolds. Now, you remember all the video footage that we saw when she was live streaming when her boyfriend, Philando Castile, was shot by the police in Minnesota. Of course, just to refresh you guys, and she had her 4-year-old daughter in the back, and it was a routine traffic stop, and that led to his death. Now, the officer in that case, Geronimo Yanez, that shot Castile several times, was actually acquitted, but he's no longer a police officer. Well, the girlfriend has just settled with 2 cities for $800,000.
Blood money. Money. And not even enough blood money. I mean, there's not enough blood money that can replace a life, but that's low. $800,000.
Now, she said, while no amount of money can change what happened, bring Philando back, or erase the pain that my daughter and I continue to suffer, I do hope that closing this chapter will allow us to get our lives back and move forward. Now, the city had previously reached a $3 million settlement with Philando Castile's family as well.
Yeah, it's crazy because the value of black bodies is getting cheaper. They was at least giving you millions. Now they're just giving you $800,000.
And how traumatizing for that 4-year-old girl and for Diamond Reynolds in the car when this happened.
I can't even comprehend that. Even when I saw that yesterday, I'm like, I don't even know why they released this kind of information, because it doesn't make the situation any better. It doesn't make it any better.
Yeah, nothing will.
Like, it doesn't make us look like, okay, yeah, that's fair. No, it's not fair. No matter how much money it was, it wouldn't be fair.
All right, well, that is your front page news.
What we got coming up next? Oh, get it off your chest.
Come on, Charlamagne.
I know I should know how to do my job by now, okay? We've been on vacation for a week. I should have shook the rust off on Monday, but I still haven't. It's Thursday, and I still haven't shaken the rust off, okay? But get it off your chest. 1-800-585-1051. If you want to vent, if you want to celebrate life, whatever, call us right now. And don't forget, we got camera on here next hour, okay? It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Get it off your chest.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, man. I'm just calling because I'm kind of pissed off. You guys got rid of the Breakfast Club decision. I used to love that. I used to listen to that on YouTube all the time.
Well, you can.
That's so funny because I'm here at University of North Carolina, Charlotte, and somebody said that to me last night. They said, "What happened to the decision?" That's hilarious.
Yo, that was the best. I don't know, y'all had a rocket, and I loved it, man. I hope y'all bring it back. Well, I got another thing that got me mad, too.
Well, hold on.
Shoot your shot.
We got Shoot Your Shot. We have a segment called Shoot Your Shot that we do now instead of the decision. So check that out. Tell us what you think about that. Now, what's your next thing?
Oh, it's a little more safer, huh? Yeah, I see. But my next one, I've been calling for like 3 weeks to get that off my chest about the decision, and now I'm finally getting through. And I'm mad because that dude Trav get through every day, and I can never get through. So I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know if y'all got something against Boston or what it is, but man, y'all.
I think that Trav probably calls before the show and stays on hold.
Man, I've been trying to do that. I've been calling before. I figured, I don't know how y'all do it, but I've been trying to get through, man.
You want me to hook you up with Trav, and then Trav can tell you how he gets through?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Nah,
Trav is cute.
But nah, I'm all set. I'm definitely all set. But yeah, man.
We got beef now. You said you all set? Well, Trav can be your Cardi B. What'd you say?
Yeah.
He said he's all set.
Oh, all set. Oh, okay.
No. You fucking boy.
You sound like you flirting.
Yeah, man. You stop playing. Get out of here, Charlamagne.
You wanna do Shoot Your Shot?
Oh, he just called me Charlotte. Oh, now that guard coming down. Now you picking up the closet.
Nah, yeah, you stay up in there, boy.
I know you want me to stay up in there, boy.
Whoa. Okay, guys, now.
I know.
Y'all gonna stop this.
Let me
Yo, MV need to come back, go put you back in line, man.
Whoa.
Have a blessed day, sir. Now, 1-800-585-1051. If you want to get something off your chest, if you want to vent, if you want to celebrate life, whatever you want to do, call us right now. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Good morning. Get it off your chest. It's the Breakfast Club.
My name is Tiff. I want to tell y'all why I'm mad.
Why you mad, Tiff?
So I got back into a relationship with the father of my children. Kids are 10, so we have a history, and it's been 2 months. He came over, went through my stuff, and saw a video of me giving my ex some love, I'll say.
Your children saw that?
Oh, okay.
My kid's dad, yeah.
Wow.
This was
So
oral
he was mad
sex?
at me. Yeah, and it was like years ago, like 2013, and he's mad in 2017. Like, why are you going through my stuff? I don't feel like I should have to go through it.
First of all, that fellatio is still fresh. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If it's fresh to my eyes, that's number one. And number two, that's the best you could come up with. Why are you going through my stuff? No, why you still got this on your phone or whatever?
No, he shouldn't have went through her stuff.
Actually, it was in my Dropbox in my computer. It wasn't on my phone, so it was like a long time.
Now that's crazy. Why is he going in her Dropbox? Why is he
this?
doing all that?
Why are you saving this? You want a life of porn?
I didn't know it was there, honestly.
Wow.
I didn't even know it was there.
Wow.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real honest. I didn't even know it was there.
You cannot be
And
mad
that was
at a man.
before him. He can't be mad at what was before him.
Yes, he can.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Because he was doing the same thing on his, and I didn't.
That man was not giving no other man fellatio. Don't you lie on that man. Talk about that man was doing the same thing. Now, did that video have a timestamp on it? How are you supposed to know this was from 3 years ago?
It does. It has dates on it on the bottom.
I ain't gonna lie
There
to
you
you.
go.
I would be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, damn, you getting this freaky with a dude that y'all so intimate that y'all recording you giving him the basket weave technique and slobbing on his knob? How you expect me not to be mad about this?
She's a grown woman who was in a relationship with somebody. What do you think happens?
I don't care. I'm gonna react to it. It's gonna make me feel away. You can't tell me.
You shouldn't go in somebody's Dropbox.
Don't expect a response from me for something that happened years ago. Expect a response from me if I'm cheating on you currently. I'm not, so
Right.
I shouldn't have to go through this.
Now, did he say you did a good
For you,
job?
but it's over me. No, of course not, E. He's just mad.
First of all, what you need to do, you got to even the score now. You got to go make a video with your new dude and put that in your little Dropbox.
He's my only. Come on, Charlamagne, you start in trouble.
No, I'm not. I want me a video too. Since you got a video with
Now,
another
keep
dude,
it real. Who was better, your ex or your new man?
My new man. He's always good.
There you go,
He's
boy.
always
Don't let
been
Angela
good.
lead you down this disgusting rabbit hole.
He's been promiscuous. He cheated a lot. That's why we broke up. But he's changed. I believe people change, and I'm giving him a second chance. I don't think he should have gone through my stuff though.
I hope
he definitely shouldn't have.
I hope you go through his stuff and find a video of him eating some woman's ass.
I will not. I won't put myself up.
Hey, if you go looking for something, you're gonna find something, and it might hurt your feelings.
Exactly. I won't do it.
Well, have a good day, boy, and delete that video before it gets out. Okay.
It's already been deleted. Thank you, guys.
All right, boo.
But it's in her iCloud.
All right, let's get it off your chest. We do that every morning right here on The Breakfast Club. 1-800-585-1051. Tomorrow morning, if you want to vent about something, you want to celebrate life, call us. We will be here, inshallah. Now, Angela, you got Rumor Report coming up next?
We'll give you a Matt Lauer update. We told you yesterday that he got fired from the Today Show. We'll tell you what evidence they had about him.
Oh, man, they got a headline on the front page of the Daily News that says $25 million man made office a sex dungeon. Jesus Christ.
Wow. Yuck.
We'll talk about it in the Rumor Report. It's The Breakfast Club.
This audio was uploaded by Mr. G.A. Willie. Search for my channel on YouTube, MRGAWILLIE.
The Breakfast Club.
Down with you, I'm a boss who a worker. Shall make bloody moves.
It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee. DJ Envy is on vacation. Angela Yee is actually broadcasting live from Charlotte. I'm the only one sitting my black ass here in New York today. Good morning, Angela Yee.
Hey, good morning, Charlamagne, and happy birthday again to your wife.
Well, that was yesterday, but thank you.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just told us today.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Now we got a Rumor Report coming up next, right? We're talking about what?
Yes, we're talking about Matt Lauer.
Okay.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
All right. Well, we told you yesterday that Matt Lauer was fired from the Today Show. Now he's been accused of all kinds of things like sexting female staffers at NBC, sending lewd messages, and revealing pictures to women, including a young intern. They said he was fired so quickly because these messages were saved by an NBC employee who he approached while they were in Russia for the Winter Olympics back in 2014. And they said it was just proof of inappropriate sexual behavior on his part. Now they're saying the first woman who came forward and complained complained about Matt Lauer is a junior production worker who was at the Olympics as an intern where she was first approached by him. So they said that his involvement with the woman who has not been named but is still an employee at NBC continued after they returned to work. And they even had one picture that was sent to her by Matt, which was a major part of the evidence. So everybody thought it happened pretty quickly, but I guess they had been doing some research, had pictures, had messages, and so on and so forth. Now, they also have been putting out all these video and audio clips of things that has happened with Matt Lauer. Here is Katie Couric talking about working with him for 15 years.
You co-hosted the Today Show with Matt Lauer for 15 years. What is Matt's most annoying habit?
He pinches me on the ass a lot.
Whoa, 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 whoa. When
now,
was
maybe
that
was...
that
was her response.
I was going to ask, was she joking? But it clearly doesn't matter at this point, right?
All right. Then they also have this footage. Now, this all happened in 2006. And what happened was they were on in all the different cities, but one local affiliate stayed on the in-studio feed. Everybody else was off. And you can hear Matt Lauer saying this about Meredith Vieira.
I'm going. Hey, sweater. Keep bending over like that. It's a nice view.
He said keep bending over like that. That's a nice view?
Yes. So the cameras were still rolling and only one affiliate still had that feed. So now all the stuff is coming out. And apparently, there's a lot of different things. They said that he exposed himself to a female coworker. He gave another coworker a sex toy as a present. And they said that he would walk around and play the game F, Marry, Kill in regards to his female co-hosts at NBC.
Well, it's good to know. It's good to know they did a thorough investigation, because when I saw this story yesterday and they said the complaint came out Monday and then he got fired Wednesday morning, that's scary for a guy. Because in our mind, we like, hold up. So people just making accusations and people getting fired. There's no investigation. There's no nothing. So it's good to know they did an investigation and they got more than enough evidence to prove.
Right. And then he also has now left New York City. He has to go and explain what happened to his oldest son, his 16-year-old son, Jack. He wants to go see him in person, explain why he got fired the way that he did. So,
what do you mean? How do you explain you explain to your 16-year-old son that your daddy is a pervert. Your daddy's a horny individual, you know what I'm saying, who's a creep. That's all. You gotta tell the truth.
Right.
I mean, honestly, you just gotta tell the truth.
He did have some consensual relationships at work as well, but they're saying that's also problematic because he was in such a position of power. So there's just a lot of things going on now with Matt Lauer.
Wow.
All right. Now, you guys remember when DMX was up at he was up doing an interview with the Breakfast Club, and then this went viral of him singing around the holidays. This was back in 2012 that this happened. Check it out.
Come on. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw him, you would even say it close. Come on, come on! All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games.
Salute to Vanessa.
Well, to get you guys...
Hold on, salute
yes,
to
Vanessa did that.
Vanessa don't work here no more. I don't know why they got rid of Vanessa, because Vanessa was very creative, but she's the one who asked DMX to do that. Salute to Vanessa, man.
Well, now to get you guys in the holiday spirit, there's an official cover of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And there you have it. I don't know if that helped you.
I don't believe in Santa Claus.
You know what?
I don't really care, but I don't think I like that.
Listen, I got to get y'all this mix. When I was in Montserrat, they had a soca holiday Christmas mix. It sounded incredible. It was really fun.
So is DMX doing a Christmas album or something?
No, I think they're just doing certain songs with Spotify just to get you ready for the holiday season. And so that's just a cover of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And after that viral video, I guess they felt like that would be a good idea.
Well,
it's cute.
If you're ready to tell your kids that Santa Claus doesn't exist, play them that record. Okay? That will scare them so bad about Santa Claus that they won't want
that was
to believe
scary?
in him. They don't want to believe in him.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
Yes. And next hour, we got Cameron. Well, we got Cameron coming up right now. Not next hour. We got Cameron coming up right now.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting.
Yeah, Cameron's coming up right now. It's the Breakfast Club.
WWPR FM HD1 New York.
And the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy is on vacation in Bora Bora. We got the legendary Killer Cam here. Cam.
See, what's up, man?
You've been a trending topic all week, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You put out the program.
Right, right.
Our radio station.
Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You put out the program.
Right,
and,
right.
On the record, Killer.
Right, the intro.
The intro.
Yeah.
You said a few things. I didn't take nothing from it when I heard it. I just felt like you was telling a story. You told a story about how Mace got caught up in the street.
Right.
You came and held him down with your people.
Right.
He slipped you $100.
Right.
Why did that upset Pastor Mace?
Well, let me ask you a question. Why you think that upset him? Or
the truth. It was the truth, probably.
Maybe he just didn't want the story about you guys holding him down. I don't know if it was about the $100, and it also was a little weird.
I'm gonna keep it.
I don't know why.
It's a simple answer. I'm hot. Mm-hmm. I'm on fire this month. What I'm not doing, the program's out. I'm on tour. Mm-hmm. I'm on ESPN. They worry about who I'm going out with. Who I'm
got your
dating.
sneakers.
My sneakers is out. I've got liquor. I'm hot. You're not gonna do this to nobody who's not hot. But basically on the intro, a lot of people will be like, yo, Cam diss Mace. Cam diss Mace. I've never dissed Mace in my life. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't mess with Mace no more because me personally, I just go by a different standard than people. Once you start playing with God and taking people's money and say rap is the devil, they come back and rap because you ain't got no money, I just can't pump with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I'm the most religious guy in the world, but I don't really play with you when you play with God.
So you would have never just been a deacon to get that money?
Yeah, it was a time when he's like, yo, you know deacons is getting that money. I was like, this over. It's over. I can't really mess with you.
Was this while he was a deacon or before?
He was a pastor.
Okay,
and
pastor,
he was like, yo, the deacons mess with me. Like, the deacons is getting some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, me, when you start playing with God, I couldn't do it. But a lot of people will be like, even with the intro of the program, it's not really a diss. Even when I did I forget what album it was, I did a song called Take 'Em to Church about Mace. It's not a diss. The diss record I just put out, or quote unquote, I'm never diss Mace. I'm telling you stories about real life situations. I never made up, like my sister, the imaginary sister that I don't have.
Do you have a sister?
I don't have a sister.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really do fiction when it comes to Mace.
Who is he talking about?
That's a great question. Ask him.
You said you banged his sister.
My sis.
Well,
she said that didn't happen, but
word, Stace. All right, cool. All right.
That's weird. That's your man to bang his twin. Like.
So you don't have a sister? Did you have a girl in the hood that people thought was your sister?
No.
Oh, you know,
no.
that's my sis.
Let me tell you something. Even back then, this is like the 90s. Mace ain't been around like that since the 90s. That slang wasn't even out back then. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, they go my sister. That's kind of millennial. You know what I'm saying? That slang wasn't, oh, they go my sis. No. I didn't have a sister.
Maybe it was a sister from the church.
I don't know, man.
Let's talk about some of the stuff he said in Oracle. Did Dame really tell you to beef with Mace?
No, Dame never told me nothing like that. I spoke to Dame yesterday. He was like, yo, what is... People would just be believing anything, you know.
So what's this footage Mace said he has of you? He said, everybody's seen the footage I got of you.
I would love to see it, too. What's the footage? I would love to see it. This is what I'm talking about. What is the footage that you're talking about?
Now, did you have any inkling, any indication that he was going to come out with the Oracle, or just dropped out of nowhere?
Dropped out of nowhere. I didn't have it. I didn't even know. I woke, I kind of slept maybe till 1 or 2 that afternoon. I seen a lot of phone calls, missed phone calls and everything. And so my man was like, so I was at my mom's crib, and he told my mother, wake Cam up. Mm-hmm. So basically, I woke up to that, and I was like, okay, cool. Boy, got a little hot today.
Now y'all been knowing each other for mad long.
Right.
Why not shoot a fair one? Or,
I'm down with that.
Or something. Like, why diss records after all these years?
The thing is this. I never diss Mace. He's part of my stories, childhood stories, growing up. On the program, I did the intro. It's kind of a touchy situation. If you're from Harlem, you know the story very, very, very well. And I talked about the story. I'm cool with the families of some of the people that passed away in the story that I'm talking about.
Right.
One of the people that I talked about passed away. I'm cool with his mother, you know what I'm saying? And his mom was just really upset, like, her son died. She never even met Mace.
That Lodi?
Pop Lottie.
Pop Lottie,
yeah. I'm not going to really get into it because when I talked to her, she was crying and stuff like that. Like, this dude never even came and said sorry to me. So I was like, I don't want to stir up any other emotions, especially with a mother who's grieving their son who's been dead for over 10 years.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm going to kind of leave that alone. If you want to listen to the music and check it out, that's pretty cool. But like I said, I don't mind shooting a fair one. I'm cool with that.
Did you feel like it was a low blow when he blamed you for Huddy, God bless the dead's death?
Not really, because that's another lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really be understanding where these lies be coming from. We was all at a club. Last time I seen her, we was at Perfections, I believe, and I went home. That was that. Her lives in Jersey, too. We both live in Jersey. And so I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I thought that was a reach, too, because it was like he died in a car accident.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Yeah, like people, let me explain something to you. A lot of rappers called me the other day. I'm not going to say who, and they like, Cam, don't even be worried about that, because what you got to realize in this situation, if people be like, oh, Cam did this to me, to Stray Mace or so, because, you know, people be like, oh, Cam beat Mace, or whatever, however you feel. It's not no story if I beat Mace. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? I'm supposed to beat Mace. And not only that, I'm kind of aggressive. So therefore, it seems like the pastor is getting aggressive with the aggressor. This is good story. As long as you talk about me, I'm cool with that. Period.
And then you guys had an exchange on Twitter after. So is it really true that like y'all are good after this, or is it still going to be something else?
Well, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. Not me. I don't really have time, but a few people mad about him mentioning her. You understand what I'm saying? It's a real touchy situation. So me, I don't really have time to do nothing to Mace or set him up or do nothing like that. More of if you want a fair one, I'm down with that. I'm not going to have nobody touch you or do nothing to you. This is strictly business for me. Even like the situation when I woke up and called it, the first thing I did was start calling my partners to see how much I could get for a response. Even though I would have done it for free, I would have done it for free, definitely. But the first thing I did was call my partners, figured out how much we could get for the response, what's the time frame on it, because we didn't even mix the record. I'm on tour right now. So basically, I called my partners at YouTube. I have a deal with YouTube, so they gave me an advance on some of the money that I'm going to make anyway, just for doing the song.
Do you think you rushed the response? Because everybody was trying to say the response was weak.
Right.
I didn't think it was weak. I just think it didn't sound right.
Right.
The audio sounded crazy. You just said it wasn't mixed.
Yeah, it wasn't. I was on tour.
Right.
I actually just did it, got it out there.
You felt like it had to be done immediately?
No. Not really, because Mace took 15 years to say something. I could have took my time.
So you did it within 24 hours.
Yeah, I did it. And I was on tour. I was in Texas. So at the end of the day, I found the studio, knocked it out, never mixed it, called up my friends, got 70,000 and put it out. And that's that. So, but I would have done it for free. I don't mind. I'm a competitor. I'm in it for that. I'm just a competitor.
We got more with Killer Cam coming up next on The Breakfast Club.
This audio was uploaded by Mr. G.A. Willie. Search for my channel on YouTube, MRGAWILLIE.
The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God.
It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. We got Cameron in the building. Now show us the Mace tattoo. Where's the Mace tattoo on you? He said you got his name tatted on you.
He said that too?
That's what he said in the record.
This is what I'm saying. I'm going to keep it 100. After he said, I f*** my sister, I'm like, well, I can't really. I listen to it. I'm like, yo, come on, Five. Come on, for real. What are we doing here?
So you didn't see all the comments where people were like, yo, you got Mace's name tatted on you?
Nah, because you know why? I knew. Let me keep it 100. I read some of the comments, but if you look at the stuff on my page, it's like 10,000 comments, 11,000 comments.
To see them all.
I'll do 300-400 comments. I can't do 10,000 comments. You know what I'm saying? But I like that, because even when people be hating, I be like, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you here with me. You here with me, baby.
Now, I got to ask you.
Hold on, wait a minute. So you don't have a Mace tattoo?
What do you mean? I got a Mace tattoo.
Because Baby and Wayne got tattoos of each other. Drake got a Wayne tat.
No.
I don't know how close y'all was.
Nah, babe. I don't got no Mace tattoo.
Sure?
I swear to my son, and it's kind of disrespectful a little bit.
No
I didn't know he
tattoo,
said this.
nothing?
I have a Harlem tattoo.
So
yes.
maybe, I don't know.
Yes.
I have no idea.
You know what? I live in Harlem World, and I don't live there anymore, but I'm from Harlem World. Mace is from Jacksonville, Florida. Let's get that straight out the way. Yeah, and that's not wrong. Shout out to Jacksonville, Florida. That's your product. You understand what I'm saying? Basically, that's not a Harlem product. That is a Jacksonville, Florida product. He moved up here, and it's cool, but Mace is not from Harlem.
When he moved, he was like 4, right?
To be honest, I don't know. I met Mace when probably about 10, 11 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
Why exactly did Mace leave Harlem? Because I've been reading some crazy stories lately. It was like 8 people got killed. And
listen to the intro of the program if you ever want to know why Mace left Harlem. It's on the intro of the program. But if you ever want to ask him, that's a question for him. I don't know what story he'll make up and say, but if you listen to the intro of the program, it got pretty. That story it may go over people's heads who's not from New York, and a lot of rhymes I write, even like the response to Mace joint. Everybody in Harlem know what I'm talking about. Every single bar I'm talking about in that response, everybody in Harlem like, facts. That's the truth. You ain't lying. That's true.
Now let me ask you about this other allegation on your dinner time that was like, whoa,
right.
Did you really see a dildo?
That's word
in the bathroom.
My son could stop breathing right now. On his life, on my son's life, could stop breathing right now. Puff had a brown, and that's no disrespect to Puff. Puff wasn't there, so I don't know. Just telling you. Puff had a brownstone, I believe, on 35th Street. And Mace was staying there. I went to go meet him down there one day so we could bust a move. This is when he just signed with Bad Boy. He didn't even have an album out yet. He was just getting signed. And I went to use a bathroom, and it was a dildo on the bathroom sink. And when I came out, I asked him what's about. He like, that's homeboy's joint. I don't know what it's about. He always have girls over here, but I don't know. I said, well, this one is sink. This is your bathroom. You're using this bathroom. I don't know where his bathroom at. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's word to my son, because stop breathing. I swear to God.
But you know what? Guys use dildos on girls sometimes.
That's true.
We seen some.
But he said,
I'm not saying he didn't.
Right.
I'm just telling you what I
said. It was just awkward.
I'm not saying that
right.
that it was for either one of their personal use. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Okay. He said you robbed Jules on some Diddy.
Not at all. That's a lie also. A lot of things happen with Dipset. It's just because we all had a lack of communication. Mm-hmm. My deal with Juelz was I had a joint venture with Def Jam, and me and Juelz bust down the joint venture. So people who don't know what a JV is, a joint venture is, that means you split everything 50-50. Def Jam got 50%, we got 50%. The 50% that I got, Juelz got the 25% of the 50%. And that was that. All that was going around because we was all beefing with each other and arguing or whatever. I never even took $1 from Juelz ever. If Juelz, right now to this day, I had a 7-album deal with Juelz. Juelz would still be signed if I was an ass. As soon as he said he wanted to get out because he wants to communicate, I let him out the deal. Juelz got $900,000 just for splitting up with me when we broke up with the deal. So
I thought he was having issues even being able to put out music.
Once it was confirmed he wanted to really get out the deal with me, I let him out the deal. He been on this deal. He's not even with Def Jam no more, but he been on this deal since probably 2008, 2009.
And I never heard Juelz complain about you taking money from him.
This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about, fam.
It's good seeing the Dipset back together, especially after, I don't know, was that early this year or late last year when Jim cried on Flex, which I thought was real.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got on Instagram and did the Cameron show.
Right.
But clearly y'all made everything cool behind the scenes.
To be honest, Jim wears his emotion on his sleeve, and you can't knock him for that. That's what makes him who he is. But we all good now. It's not no problem. But I remember hearing y'all up here talking about it, too. And everybody was saying how, Cam, you should have came up here and told your side of the story. The best thing I could have ever done, and it's not against Jim, I'm just saying creating that atmosphere is to go live. It's because I got so many deals after going live because it's direct to consumer. You know, I was drinking a Pepsi and didn't even realize what I was doing. I done did like 4 different deals with Pepsi since I've done live. I done did deals with Beats by Dre because now when I got something to say, even like I just told you I got paid for doing this song with Mace, or now being that you have your own platform, you don't really need anybody unless you need help. You know what I'm saying? Like coming up here today, I needed this platform because I don't want to even address this on my social media unless I'm going to clown people because I got too much going on. But I say, oh, you want to go down the block and do something? I'm going to call my man Charlamagne and tell my side of the story. Because the thing is this, Mace, like, literally don't really know how to do business in this generation. You understand what I'm saying? And he's like on tour off this song. And I'm down with that. I'll go on tour with my song. But I'm really on tour. But he just, you know, he's treating it like an album. Even an album, good album, 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much content out there. And it's a lot of content. But with me, I work and hustle so hard and I do so many different things. I can keep doing this as long as I want. If you want to be ignorant, let's go. I'm down to be ignorant. I'm high level ignorance.
Did you really move to Orlando after the 50 situation?
No.
But I remember you was in Orlando. You
I
had the
still
house
got
there,
a crib
right?
in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? First of all, Juju's from Orlando.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So we had cribs down there. Juju's originally from Miami. She moved to Orlando when she was about 16 years old. When I met her, it was in Orlando. So we had a bunch of different houses in Orlando. It wasn't, I'm not moving there. I lived there with Juju.
Now let's talk about Juju for a second.
We need to stop talking to people from Florida, it seems like.
It don't work out for you. Now I got a bunch of friends in Miami that's super, 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 super cool. I love Florida. I ain't gonna say a lie. Maybe I just need to stick in Miami though.
All right, right now let's get into a Cameron mini mix, man. Courtesy of DJ Envy, who's on vacation this week. I don't know how he does it, but it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
Young Guru, just play. Don't hate on my handle. Listening to gangster music. Hey, I stood alone getting domed from a thick.
The most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. We got Cameron in the building. Now, Yee?
Now you and Juju broke up. What happened? It was over. Y'all been together for over 10 years.
Yeah, well, basically, it was just like kind of mutual. For me, it just wasn't fun anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met Juju in 2002. She's my friend before we even started being serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my homegirl. Like, and everything was fun. But for me, once Instagram came out, like, I'm the one who promoted her Instagram, marketing her, showing her body and showing people how beautiful she is and saying, look, I got a gorgeous woman without being too untasteful about it to me, in my eyes. But that's how I was marketing her because I thought she was beautiful. Basically, it just stopped being fun. When Instagram came out, it was fun in the beginning. Then it started getting serious. Why you following her? Or you like that person picture? Or people are saying this. And I'm like, yo, you got to be my best friend still. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm in it for. I always told myself, you got to be my best friend. And that was my best friend for years. But it just stopped being fun. And I think she felt that way too.
What about Love and Hip Hop? Did that play any part?
Nah, not really. I'm the one who got her on Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
I negotiate the deal. Like, she got paid last season more than any new cast member on Love and Hip Hop ever. It don't matter who the newest cast member was. So I'm the one who told her to do it, but it had nothing to do with it. After we broke up, what happened was we've been broke up for about 6 months, but we cool. We don't have no problems. Well, we didn't have any problems with each other.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, it's all good. So we didn't have any problems with each other. So a lot of people think Love and Hip Hop is like real. So it's a lady who writes the storyline up there named Kim. She writes all the storylines. She used
Kim
to
Osario?
Yes,
Kim Osario. She used to work at the Source, so she writes storylines. And she had told a mutual friend that she doesn't know my friend that's my friend, how Juju got on the show and talked about us breaking up. I ain't mind people knowing, but I'm like, if that's going to be the first platform, I'm going to say what's going on too, because why give it to them? Now, if they going to pay you extra to talk about it, that's cool. Let them pay you extra to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But they're not paying you extra. So I told C, when I seen C, what was going on, let people know, because I don't feel Love and Hip Hop need to know. Now, people figure out, hey, I ain't see him posting her. I ain't see her posting him. You can assume what you want, but I didn't think it need to be publicized for the first time on Love and Hip Hop.
She tweeted out that she's heartbroken, though.
Yeah.
So it feels like she didn't really want to break up.
Yeah,
Was it really mutual?
Yeah, it was.
How do you break up with somebody like that, Cam? Like, what do you say?
I said, it ain't fun no more. I said, we're not having fun. I want to have fun. She really, I'm not dissing her. She cares about what people think, and I don't. As long as you don't affiliate me with rape, child molestation, and snitching, just talk about me. I don't care. You can talk about me. I don't care what you say. It don't bother me. But people talking about her bothers her, and it just got, it was yin and yang after that.
Now, there's another woman now, I guess a friend of yours,
right,
that is saying that she's dating you, and her and Juju had some back and forth. It was disrespectful, the things that happened. So is that your new girlfriend?
Hell no. That's my homegirl. That's a friend of mine. Word to my son. I never touched her, kissed her, nothing like that.
It's a lot of drama for you in 1 week.
I'm good with that. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. Whoever ends up with Juju, they're going to have the best girl in the world. I'm telling you, she's loyal, she's smart, she's funny, she's charismatic. She has a bunch of different businesses she's doing. And whoever
why not be with her?
I would love to have the 09 Juju, you know what I'm saying, the 010, but we just got to a point where it's like.
Why you make it like a car?
Don't do that. No, I love Juju, man. I love her. I don't mean it.
So part of it is her being in the spotlight and caring what people think.
Right.
And so when all that started happening, she started changing and being too cautious and
exactly.
Right.
That's the best way to put it.
So another thing Mace brought up, and I don't know why people bring this up. He brought up what happened in Rutgers Park.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in situations where 5 people try to jump me and I get out of there.
Right.
Why? You was about to get jumped by all of Brooklyn.
No, that ain't. See, everybody always says this. Jim had beef with this dude named Gutter from Junior Mafia. They had a fight and everybody started running around, scattering everywhere. And he's like, Cam ran on Jim. They jumped him or whatever. Gutter and Jim had a fight. They had face fights for leading up to Rucker Park probably 4 or 5 different times.
So they used to always fight?
Face fight. Just looking at each other.
Got you.
Yeah, they me mugging, whatever you want to call it or whatever.
Face fight.
Yeah, they was face fighting each other for, different trips or whatever, because we stopped speaking to Mace. Mace was running around with Junior Mafia, and basically it was just me and Jim. Gutter and Jim kept face fighting each other for different events, and I guess it tipped over at Rucker Park, but they they jumped them and everybody jumped. Gutter and Jim had a fight, and everybody started scattering. Nobody jumped nobody. Them 2 people fought.
So they wasn't about to jump. It looked like they was about to jump y'all, and y'all got out of there.
Nah. Jim was fighting. Jim ain't running from nobody. I don't care if you have 200 people. Jim is not running.
Mace brought up the True Life situation, too.
Right.
What was that about?
Well, basically, all these stories are new. I had a situation. I seen True Life downtown. Him and his boys, they jumped out on me. They fronted. I left. Period. There's True Life and 3 other people. See, that's another thing. People be acting like, Cam seen True Life. He got snuffed and got out of there. True Life was really like 3 people, and I was by myself.
Right.
So basically, they fronted on me. I'm not going to act like they didn't. I got in my car and I broke out. That's exactly
smart.
That's what happened. So no, but people will be like, True Life did this to you. And I'm like, yeah, it was True Life from like 3 dudes. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what happened.
So the Oracle record is like 1 truth and a bunch of lies or half truths. I don't know.
But see, no, the thing about that is like, this is all basically public knowledge. It's the same stories that have been going on for however long. I'm telling these stories or whatever from Harlem or from high school or whatever. What can we really say about Mace? Resume-wise, I'm just asking you. Let's do it.
I can't act like Mace had a better career than Cam. Me personally, right. I feel like the diplomat movement was stronger than anything Mace did. That's me personally.
But I'm asking you a question. What's his resume?
He's a pastor.
I'm saying like from beginning to now.
Children of the Corn.
I don't even count that. I count the Bad Boy movement. And
then you gotta count that.
And then I count him as a pastor. And then confused after that.
Thank you. So you got Bad Boy, Pastor Rapper.
Pastor Rapper, yeah.
What can I talk about? I've been outside for 20 years. You can talk about a million things that went on with me, whether it's fighting, whether you want to say I ran in Rucker, whether you say True Life, whether you say beefing with Jay-Z, whether you say beefing with 50, whether you say beefing with Nas, whether you say little rap battles here, whether you say the diplomat movement, whether you say all the artists Cam had, whether you say his liquor deals, whether you say his sneakers deals, whether you say his girlfriend, his acting,
making the color pink popular,
making the color pink popular.
Which he tried to get at you for. He tried to get at you about that too.
Yeah, then he wore pink the next day. You know what I'm saying? This is the shit I'm talking about.
Is he still a pastor?
I don't know. This is what I'm talking about. This is the shit I'm talking about.
Mace did wear pink once.
A lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like he got at you. He said that you was wearing pink. He thought you was matching, which I didn't understand that either.
There's a lot of shit you keep saying you don't understand, man. I don't understand it, man.
I do agree that Mace doesn't know how to operate in this area, because even when we got into our little face fight in Miami, he was saying to me like, yo, they blackballing me in New York and you leading the charge. And I'm like, yo, nobody's blackballing you. It's just not the 90s.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Mace still dressed like the 90s. You know? Nah, serious. Like, you ever see him? I'm not dissing him, but like, if you see him, he dressed like the 90s, right? What's the dude? Dude put it in the song, man. I ain't hear from him in a little while. What he say? I don't wear big clothes like Mace.
Who are they? Rich Homie Quan?
Rich Homie Quan,
Okay.
Rich Homie Quan. And he said, I don't wear big clothes like Mace. But if you look at Mace dressing, just looking at him like about to sing the first verse on the song with him in Total. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what happens? Has Mace even tried to reach out to you? Or?
Hum if you want to. Hum if you want to. Like, every time you see him, that's what you think about. Yeah, all that. Check what, lace who? That ain't, you know, that's when I see him, like today, that's what I think coming out.
I think it's wild that he said you your sister and you don't got a sister. Like, that's a reach. Like, if you're going to lie about something, you can't lie about nothing like that. That's crazy.
I think the whole is crazy, to be honest. Like, but y'all don't know this dude. Like, none of this really surprised me. None of it. You know what I'm saying? This dude is a compulsive liar. Like, Mason's going to go off and do whatever he does after this. He's not going to stick around and do no other.
Yeah.
And if he do, we got to stand him for it.
All right.
Period.
All right. Killer Cam, y'all. Hey, Cam, thank you for coming, brother.
Thank you, C, for having me.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. It's The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
When I need you in my life.
Dangerous Morning Show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee. DJ Envy is on vacation. Drop on the clues bombs for Mr. Cameron for coming by this morning. That whole interview will be up on Breakfast Club AM's YouTube page in a few. Much longer than it was on the air. It was about 55 minutes in total. I think we played about...
Yes, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think we played about 20 of those 55 minutes, but y'all can go watch that on YouTube later. Now, Angela, you got rumor report.
You think Mace would ever come up and respond?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I would never say never. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right, well, let's talk Jay-Z next in the rumor report.
It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee.
This audio was uploaded by Mr. G.A. Willie. Search for my channel on YouTube, MRGAWILLIE.
On The Breakfast Club.
Well, Jay-Z recently did a very extensive interview with New York Times Style magazine. It's called T. And he talks about a lot of different things, including who he would like to see as president. Here's who he had to say.
I find it funny, but my leadership, I like Dave Chappelle's leadership.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
You're going to vote for Dave Chappelle for president?
Yeah, because he tells it in humor so you can deal with it, but it's always a nice chunk of truth in there.
I must have missed that part. I saw the part when they asked him about who does he consider a good black leader, and he said Dave Chappelle. I didn't know they asked him about Dave running for president. I didn't hear that part.
Well, I don't think that he expects him to really run for president, but he said he could see him. All right, now he also talked about a lot of different things. Now, according to this writer, he was really just interested in Jay-Z making that transition from being a kid from Marcy Projects to now having this $88 million mansion, more than a lot of other things in his life. And of course, his relationships with people. In particular, what's up with him and Kanye? As you can see, they've had this falling out, but he always still seems like, you know, him and Kanye have that unbreakable bond somehow. Here's what he had to say about Kanye.
I hate Kanye the other day, just tell him, like, he's my brother. I love Kanye. I do. It's a complicated relationship with us. We're gonna always be good. Mm-hmm. You know, even if we don't.
Tension now, right?
Yeah. But that happens. In a long relationship, you know, hopefully when we're 89, we look at this 6 months or whatever time and we laugh at that. There's certain things that happen that it's not really acceptable to me. And we just need to speak about it. And it's just like, however the relationship evolves, but there's genuine love there.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, listen, people make mistakes, and sometimes people write people out of their lives permanently. Other people feel like, you know what, I always will have love for this person, and relationships do change.
Sometimes that's the best thing to do. That's the best thing to do with a friend sometimes. When a friend does something that makes you upset, fall back from them for a little while. Give each other a little space, and then when you're less emotional about it, you have the conversation.
All right. He also talked about, remember, there was this rumored joint album with him and Beyonce, and he discusses that because they really were working on it, and that's how Lemonade came about. Check it out.
It actually started out, we were working on material together, and it became Lemonade. It just felt like she should go first, and she should share her truths with the world. We were using our art almost like a therapy session, and we started making music together, and then the music she was making at that time was further along. So her album came out as opposed to the joint album that we were working on. We still have a lot of that music. And this is what it became. There was never a point where it was like, I'm making this album. I was there.
Right.
I was right there the entire time.
And what was her reaction to your work, and what was your reaction to hers? They must have caused, I think, they were pain both for each of you, right?
Of course.
Listen, man, there's nothing more entertaining than watching Jay-Z perform 444 at his concert. Because before he performed it, he says, this is the most painful song that I ever had to perform, and it really looks like it. That is part of the apology plan, okay? And that's fine. You know, you gotta keep apologizing.
I thought it was nice and interesting how he talked about the two of them working together on their music was actually really therapeutic for them. And he does address those infidelity issues, which I'm sure we all speculated and kind of knew about. Here's what he had to say.
A lot of conversations, and really proud of the music she made, and she was really proud of the art I released. And, you know, at the end of the day, we really have a healthy respect for one another's craft. Right. You know, most people walk away and like divorce rate is like 50% or something because most people can't see themselves. The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you caused and then have to deal with yourself. So you know, most people don't want to do that. You don't want to look inside yourself, and so you walk away.
Oh my God. Listen, I'm telling you, at the concert when he performed 444, every dude in there was hugging on their girl and apologizing. And for no reason. I ain't confessing no more sins. I'm good, okay? Right?
And you know, some guys will say that cheating doesn't mean that they don't love you. Men just do that because it's, but what does mean that is that if you, let me say something. If you're causing somebody pain and you know you're continually causing them pain over and over again, then that means you don't love somebody if you keep on doing that to them. So you might think it's just a physical act, but the fact that you're hurting someone, that's what's really the problem.
That's not true either. Once you realize that you're hurting that person, or you know that you're causing this person pain and you continue to do it, then you know that your love is questionable. But once you realize
that's why I said continually over and over again.
Yeah, but once you realize you've made a mistake and you hurt them that one time and you don't make that mistake anymore, the best apology is change behavior. Always. Period.
Right. So that's why I'm saying when you're constantly cheating and doing it over and over again and seeing that you're hurting someone, then that means that you don't care. Or you don't care enough. All right, now Jay-Z also...
You should try harder and not get caught.
Now, also, Jay-Z has admitted that he did go to therapy, and that's helped him a lot with his growth. He, went to speak to a professional about his mental health, and here's what he had to say about his realizations in therapy.
I grew so much from the experience. But I think the most important thing I got is that everything is connected. Every emotion is connected, and it comes from somewhere. And being aware of it in everyday life puts you at such an advantage. There was a lot of fights in our neighborhood that started with, "Why are you looking at me? You looking at me?" And then you realize you're in the space where you're hurting and you think I see you, so you don't want me to look at you. So you put on this shell of this tough person that's really willing to fight me and possibly kill me because I looked at you. Knowing that and understanding that changes life completely.
All right, so you guys should check out the whole entire interview when you get a chance.
It's 35 minutes long. It was good.
Yeah. All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report. Now let's get ready for some more therapy. Charlamagne, you got that donkey of the day?
Yes, this is a great moment to teach. It's a woman on Fox News named Laura Ingraham who is trying to demonize two very influential people in our culture, and I need her to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with her.
Can't wait. All right, Donkey of the Day when we come back with Charlamagne.
It's the Breakfast Club.
WWPR FM HD1 New York.
An iHeart radio station.
The day.
Bunch of jackasses. For the Donkey of the Day. That's pretty funny.
Charlamagne the devil?
Possibly. The Breakfast Club.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Thursday, November 30th goes to Fox News' Laura Ingraham. Now, one thing that will never change ever in America is the demonizing of black men. Doesn't matter who the black person is, light N-word, dark N-word, faux N-word, real N-word, rich N-word, poor N-word, house N-word, pill N-word, you're still an N-word, okay? In the eyes of some of these white folks. Well, Laura Ingraham is one of those white folks who refuses to see us as anything but a no-good N-word, and she gave us ample evidence of this last night when she had my guy, Daytwan Thomas. Drop one of the clues bombs for Daytwan Thomas.
That's our guy, Daytwan.
Yes, editor-in-chief of Vibe magazine. He was on her show, The Ingraham Angle. and she wanted to discuss the 2018 Grammy nominations. Now, for the first time ever, the Grammys shut out white men in the Album of the Year category. There are no white men in the Album of the Year category this year. You got Jay-Z's 444, Kendrick Lamar's Damn, Bruno Mars' 24K Magic, Lord's Melodrama, and Childish Gambino's Awaken My Love. So that's 3 black men, a other, and a white girl. All right, no white men in the Album of the Year category. Well, Laura Ingraham wanted to discuss. Yeah, she wanted to discuss the importance of the 2 rap titans and what they mean to the young listeners of today. Let's hear some of it.
Are the lyrics of Kendrick and Jay-Z, multi-millionaires, incredible entrepreneurs as they are, what our kids need to be hearing? And now, what is the cultural impact of all of this? Joining us now is Datejuan Thomas. He's the editor-in-chief of Vibe magazine, and he joins us now.
Well, it's particularly good because they speak to those that they don't get a chance to be heard in situations like this. When you think about, young black men and being targets, for so many years and not having a voice to be able to show some kind of strength and power and empowerment, these are the voices that are there for us. Jay-Z has been one who's made it from, the street to, to the stock market, to the boardrooms and presidents of labels and things of that nature. And then Kendrick, he's well on his way as well.
Let's talk about, obviously Jay-Z is a well-known story, but he was a kid, wasn't he a cocaine, crack dealer, stabbed his manager or someone in the neck?
Now, I don't have the patience for these kind of conversations anymore because one thing I'm not doing in my older age is explaining myself to culturally clueless white people, okay? I don't give a damn what y'all think about me or my culture. F out of here. You see what she did there? This is why I be using the term white devil and crack ass cracker. That man, Datejuan, answered her question and broke down why Jay-Z is empowering, listed all his business acumen, and the only thing she could reply with is he used to sell coke and he stabbed someone back in the day. Even though he's clearly not that guy anymore, he's still a no-good N-word in the eyes of Laura Ingraham. Now, Laura Ingraham goes on to recite some lyrics from Jay-Z off the 444 album. I wish she never did this. And she picked of all songs. She picked of all songs the story of OJ. You can't tell me God don't have a sense of humor. Let's hear what Laura had to say.
Here's a sample of Jay-Z's lyrics, and it's cleaned up for your consumption. This is from the story of OJ, okay? This is nominated. Light N-word, dark N-word, faux N-word, real N-word, rich N-word, poor N-word, house N-word, field N-word.
Right.
House N-word, don't F with me. I'm a field N-word with shined cutlery.
The Jay-Z lines, those are actually speaking to what we're discussing now. No matter how far Jay-Z goes, no matter how much he achieves within, mainstream's eyes, he's always going to be looked at as what he was saying. So that's the story of OJ. OJ tried to denounce being black, and then next thing you know, he's being, crucified by the same people that he was trying to impress.
Wait. Okay, are you also defending OJ still? I mean, is he someone we should hold up as an icon
No. See,
too?
that's one of the things you guys do. I'm not defending him. I'm just defending Jay-Z's, actual reason for being able to say what he's saying throughout those hooks.
Don't say these guys. Call them what they are. Racist, bigoted white devils, okay? 2 things here, Laura Ingraham. First of all, Laura's too stupid to realize that the lyrics she decided to showcase from Jay-Z from the story of OJ are proving Hove's point, just like Datejuan just said. Jay-Z has evolved into a father, a husband, businessman worth $500,000, but Laura wants to paint him as a coke dealing, manager stabbing N-word. I love Datejuan's response to her because I feel the same way. I would have just worded it a little different. Charlamagne the God would have said, look, all Jay-Z was saying on the story of OJ is no matter how much success you achieve in America as a black person, some white devils like you, Laura, won't see him as anything but a crack-selling, manager-stabbing N-word. Second thing, did you see how whiteness worked in that moment? She tried to make a correlation between OJ and Jay-Z by saying, so now are you defending OJ too? Miss Mayonnaise, listen. You know damn well Datejuan was saying nothing in defense of OJ. You're just trying to demonize all black men. So you take a black man that white people demonize, and rightfully so, OJ Simpson, and make a correlation that doesn't exist between him and Hove. Now, this is where the reach happens. Let's hear her break down some lyrics from Kendrick Lamar's Humble.
Here's a little something from Kendrick Lamar's record, by the way. It's called, again, as I said, Humble. And disassay with my boo, bae, tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy yo a word with the world with my pay stub. Ooh, that P word. Good. Won't you sit on my taste buds? That changed. Didn't
Yeah,
just
that's all
happen.
wrong. That's all wrong. You know, it's unfortunate that you guys picked only those particular lines and not the more uplifting and supportive lyrics that they also
Well, each one,
put
it is
out.
what it is.
And
No, it's not.
Real quick, Laura, real quick. With Kendrick's lyrics, what he's trying to get across there is speaking to a woman or speaking to, you know, the audience in a way
It's objectifying
that
a
he
woman,
can,
is
that
it
he
not?
can.
No.
Laura, you have to understand that this is a creative license, and they're able to do
Well, there's
that
a lot
from
of things that are
word to
creative.
word, from
Yeah,
bar to bar to verse to verse.
My point about this is, don't we want to really lift people up with?
But you have to hear the other
goodness and
songs.
light?
You have to be able to take the whole project rather than bits and pieces that work for your agenda.
I ain't got time for the back and forth. Daytwan is absolutely
Ooh, that would have been a frustrating conversation.
Daytwan is absolutely right. It is unfortunate they only picked those lyrics, but you know the picture they're trying to paint. They're trying to discredit and demonize two of our best and brightest, and they just salty that they are nominated for Album of the Year and no white man isn't. First of all, this is how you know she's culturally clueless. Number one is Douce, which is an adult beverage. Okay, what did she say it was? It's
Disassay.
What?
Disassay.
It's Douce, all right? And second, it's Kendrick Lamar. If I have to have a conversation about Kendrick Lamar being socially conscious, if I have to have a conversation about Kendrick Lamar rapping about things of socially redeeming value, being uplifting, empowering, if I have to have a conversation with you about that, then it's not a convo worth having. That's like explaining why LeBron James is good in basketball or why Albert Einstein was a genius. Some things are so obvious they're not worth the conversation. In fact, I would have simply said to Laura Ingraham, go listen to Kendrick Lamar's We Gonna Be All Right. Now, Laura would have misunderstood me and said, yes, we are going to be alt-right. And that's when I would have said, no, I said we're going to be alt-right. Okay? Nothing is more empowering and uplifting than that song, all right? Moral of the story is simply this. Never waste your time trying to explain who you are to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Laura's not looking for answers. Laura's not looking for answers. She's just pushing an agenda. And that agenda is demonize the black man by any means necessary. Please give Laura Ingraham the biggest hee-haw, please. All right, you.
Well, that was aggravating.
Yes, it was. Now it's time for Ask Ye. So if you got a question for me, call up right now, 1-800-585-1051. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
This audio was uploaded by Mr. G.A. Willie. Search for my channel on YouTube, MRGAWILLIE.
Oh, what's up, Angela? How you doing? Breakfast Club, how you guys doing? It's hard to get through to you guys.
Sorry.
My question is this. Well, here's my thing. I've been married for 3 years, and she's epileptic. And, like epilepsy, I guess, after a while it takes a toll over the mind. And, so we have this baby who's on the spectrum. He's 2 years old. He's going to be 3 in March. I took care of this woman for 3 years. She didn't have to work. She didn't have to do anything. I wanted to, keep stress away from her because stress is what caused her seizures.
Okay.
So I did everything for 3 years. Then all of a sudden, she's like, I don't want you no more. I don't want to be in this no more. I want to be out. You can keep the baby.
Whoa.
And she left, like 6 months ago. And she calls sporadically maybe to check on him. But it's like she's not really in his life. And, I've been feeling kind of standoffish about moving on. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I should move on or, it's a lot that I'm going through because, a lot of women, that's a lot of stress on somebody meeting someone who has a child that's autistic or on the spectrum.
Right.
So it's like, how do I put myself out there? I've met a couple women, talked to them. But once I mention that my child is autistic, has a touch of autism, they're out.
Well, that's not the kind of women that you want, I would assume.
Exactly.
But I would say this, are you ready to be out there yet? Because I also have an issue with people really putting themselves out there before they're ready. Like, are you really ready to be dating yet? Have you spent some time healing?
Absolutely.
And I know with your son, there's a lot of needs that he has as well with not having his mom around either.
Right.
And
she'll call, like she just called me after 2 months the other day. Oh, can I get my child for Christmas? But I'll get him on Friday, but he's got to leave on Sunday. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what, do you want him or do you not?
I I don't really know anybody with epilepsy, so I don't know how that does. Like you said, it affects her brain. So I don't know what kind of issues she might be having mentally.
Right, because I was told that epilepsy can affect the brain like CTE, like a football player that plays. Seizures is like having a head impact.
Mm-hmm. Is she getting help, professional help?
No, she thinks the only help that she needs is just to not be with me. Because she hates me because she thinks I made her dependent on me. So that's what she's upset with me about.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "You made me dependent on you, and I hate you for that."
Right, but your understanding of the fact that it also may not be completely her fault that she's acting this way because she has a real disorder that she's dealing with.
Right, and that's where I'm trying to come to that part of the understanding.
Because she's got to want to get help for herself.
Right,
and it seems like that's what she really needs right now.
And it's just like what do I do when she makes these sporadic phone calls and says I want my child? Do I just let him go? Like, I don't know if I should do that.
I think you should go to court and establish visitation rights.
Yeah.
Because you don't want her to do that before you do, and you're doing it for the good of your own child.
Right.
And then I think that they should probably try to do some court mandated, therapy sessions for her, parenting classes and all of that. Because she needs it.
Okay.
I know people look at it like it's bad once you get the courts involved, but this is your child that you're talking about, a person's life. And you don't want to further on down the line have an issue where she's demanding something that you can't do at that moment or don't think is the best thing to do. You need to make sure you have that structure in place in your situation.
Right. And it's just like, that's what I'm struggling with. I'm like, well, how do I move on? How do I move on and try to be with somebody else? With all this, is anybody else going to want to deal with it?
100%. There's a lot of women out there looking for a good man, and a lot of women that will appreciate a man that is actually taking care of his child, even though the mother hasn't stepped up to the plate to fulfill her responsibility. Women
find me somebody,
love
Angela.
a man like that. I promise you.
Find me somebody. Charlamagne, hook me up, man.
I don't know.
Charlamagne said he has single friends.
I do. I got a lot of single guy friends, man. Maybe you're in the wrong department.
Oh, hey, man. Hey. Come on now. Let's clean that up. Let's clean that up, man. This is a warrior right here.
All right. Well, you listen. Handle your responsibility. Take care of your kid first. Make sure you handle that. Go and get a great lawyer. Make sure you handle that so that you guys have some type of structure in your lives for the sake of your child. And then. Get that in order, and then you need to work on yourself. But take care of that first.
I just want to let y'all know y'all bring me through every morning. Thank you, Charlamagne. You the man.
My brother, love.
I love y'all. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Jerome. We appreciate you.
Keep doing what y'all do.
Love, bro.
One love.
Yes, it is Asky, and we are still taking your calls. So call us up, 1-800-585-1051, and let's get some advice on The Breakfast Club.
So don't get comfortable.
What's up, JD? You got a question for Asky?
Yo, what's up, E? How you doing? It's been so long. I've been calling in, and I've been trying to get on with y'all, man. I really enjoy y'all show. But yeah, I got to ask you a question.
Okay, what is it?
All right, check this out. All right, so me and my girl, right, we're trying to find another girl to have a threesome with, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of nervous about it. See, my girl, she's been with girls before, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And we broke up. We were together, we broke up, now we're back together. We've been together for 2 years now, strong. And the threesome conversation popped up, and I'm kind of nervous because, she's been with girls before, and I don't want her to get emotionally attached to the other girl. And I've been doing, research, reading up on it and stuff like that, and I've heard it's kind of good for relationships sometimes. But I don't know.
I can't give you an answer that's going to be absolutely correct because circumstantially different things could happen depending on what it is. But I'll tell you a couple different things because there's rules to having a threesome, right? Normally the woman picks who the other girl is going to be. It shouldn't be anybody that you guys are friends with because if it's somebody that's like her homegirl, then obviously they already have a connection.
Yeah, see, we tried to have one with a homegirl, but a homegirl was like, yeah, I don't really feel comfortable. Y'all cool, but nah.
Right. So it should be somebody that she's not friends with. Also, the other rule is y'all can't communicate with the third party when without the other person's knowledge. So she shouldn't be having any one-on-one time with this girl or hanging out with her. It should be only strictly when you guys do that all together. Now, if either person is uncomfortable with the situation, my advice is don't do it. If you feel like you're uncomfortable and you're not too sure about it and it's not necessary, then hey, now if she feels like she needs that for your relationship and that's what's going to make her her happy, but it doesn't make you happy, it's not something that you guys can do, and then you have to discuss where you're going with your relationship. However, if it's something that you want to do and you feel like it'll be beneficial, because I also have people that I know who have a third person that is basically part of their relationship. Is this going to be a one-off thing that you just do one time with different people, or is it going to be a steady person that is constantly coming? Because that's when you really get those attachments.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different factors to this, but if you want to make it work, I would advise you not to have one person that you guys use all the time, that you're constantly, because that's how you really build a connection. People have broken up their relationships because of a threesome. Somebody got attached to the third party, and then the relationship is over. If you're going to do it, it has to be a situation where you guys choose someone that neither one of you have an attachment to, and it's not a constant, okay, we do this twice a week, once a week, or whatever.
All right, I appreciate it, Yee.
All right, and JD, don't do anything you don't feel comfortable with. If it's not something that you want to do, don't do it. That's always my advice when anything in a relationship. If you're not comfortable with something, don't do it. All right. Well, that was Ask Yee.
Yes. I want a mayonnaise emoji, too. Somebody make me a mayonnaise emoji.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, it's the Breakfast Club. Oh, we got rumors coming up next year?
Yes, but Charlamagne, you'll be excited about this. Avengers Infinity War is coming to the big screen, and we do have that trailer for you.
Yes, it's the Breakfast Club.
This audio was uploaded by Mr. G.A. Willie. Search for my channel on YouTube, MRGAWILLIE.
Dial. This is the Breakfast Club. Power 105.1.
Talk to me.
What's up? It's Angela Yee, and I got your rumor report coming up in 3 minutes. We'll be talking about Cameron. He just stopped by, and he made some valid points. Also, we'll be discussing SZA. You know, that's our girl, and she's actually getting sentimental, talking about her Grammy nominations. But right now, we got DJ Khaled with Wild Thoughts on The Breakfast Club.
Another one.
Wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts.
Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy is on vacation. Now, Angela Yee is about to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, Marvel Comics and the Avengers trailer.
Listen up.
This just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, I know you're excited for the new Avengers Infinity War movie, and that trailer is out. And coincidentally enough, the trailer came out yesterday, which was also Chadwick Boseman and Don Cheadle's birthday, and they're both in the movie, starring in the movie. So that's huge. And
for Chadwick Boseman, South Carolina's own. I can't believe he's 40.
And within the first few hours, it got 10 million views. How crazy is that?
And not only that, the Infinity War trailer is better. The trailer is better than any DC movie ever. Okay, any DC movie they put out in the past 4 years. All right.
But we do have a snippet of the trailer for you in case you missed it. I know you're going to go look at it.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if we could become something more. So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
I drop on a clues bomb from
Did
Marvel
you just
Comics.
go while I was playing?
I am a Marvel Comics head. I got a Wolverine tattoo on my arm. You know I rock with Marvel heavy. I cannot wait to see Avengers Infinity War, okay? It looks incredible.
You sure you don't have a Mace tattoo anywhere on you?
Not that I know of. I don't have a...
All right. Well, let's get into what Cameron said earlier. Now we're talking about
interview. This biased Cameron interview, even though
you sure you don't have a Cameron interview on you Cameron tattoo on you anywhere.
Everybody tweeting me saying this interview was so biased. No, it's a Cameron interview. Okay, Mace isn't here to tell his side of the story. Duh, Jesus Christ.
Does Mace like you now? Are y'all cool or?
I doubt it. Not
okay.
Not to me.
All right. Well, here is what Cameron had to say about some lies that Mace told in his song "The Oracle," and this is from Cameron's mouth.
I'm never dismissed. I'm telling you stories about real life situations. I never made up like my sister, the imaginary sister that I don't have.
Do you have a sister?
I don't have a sister. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really do fiction when it comes to me.
Who is he talking about?
That's a great question.
Listen, if Cam don't have a Mace tattoo, which we asked him, he don't have a Mace tattoo. If he don't have a sister, then what the hell is Mace talking about? Like, those are two blatant lies. And also, we talked about Huddy Six's death. You know what I'm saying? Because he blamed Cam for Huddy Six's death. That's a reach, too. It was a car accident. Now, the Oracle record was entertaining, but was it true? Facts matter to me. So if me seeming skeptical to a lot of things Mace said in the record makes me biased, cool. I'm fine with
right.
that.
Well, I'm sure Mace is going to have some sort of response to this, or as Cameron will say, he might disappear. All right, now let's talk about SZA. She's been nominated for 5 Grammys. We love SZA. I absolutely love SZA. Absolutely. She's nominated for Best New Artist, Best Urban Contemporary Album, Best R&B Performance for The Weeknd, Best R&B Song for Supermodel, and Best Rap Song Performance for Love Galore.
She deserves it
and
all.
she posted a really nice post on Instagram. She said, I remember pretending to be vegan because that's all I could afford. Chips, avocado, and salad mix. I remember sleeping on everyone's couch because I missed the train again. Thank you all for having me. I sold my beloved $500 grills for $50 at the Gold Shop for train fare. I was sick. I begged Punch for writers on this project because I thought no one would ever like me the way I was. He said, you don't need them. I remember crying because I didn't have any hits or a quantifiable sound. I remember feeling like, damn, maybe I suck. Maybe I should try something else. Maybe I'm just wasting space. Life's weird. I didn't have any friends growing up. Never gave my parents an opportunity to say, wow, my kid's killing it. Didn't graduate or do any fly-ish before my nana died. Been fired from every job I ever had. Now, she says, I remember sobbing on the phone with Punch, pleading for the album not to come out because I couldn't take the embarrassment. Just wanted another week, another day. He ignored me and said I'd be fine. So I love the fact that she's now nominated for 5 Grammys, and it means a lot to her. She said, thank you, RCA, for giving me new wings. Thank you, God, for this life I don't understand. Control a concept. My granny nominated for 5 Grammys. Hashtag TDE. So shout out to her.
Drop one of Clues bombs for SZA. You know, the thing I love about the Breakfast Club is we're going on 7 years this year. So we've watched a lot of these artists grow. And I know a lot of people saw the interview that we did with SZA this year, but go watch the interview we did with SZA like 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I just love to watch the artists grow. It's a beautiful thing.
I remember when they first signed SZA at TDE. I actually went out to eat with her and Punch, and they sent me the music before they signed her. Like, what do you think about this artist? So it's amazing to watch how she's progressed from when she first got signed to where she is now. So congratulations to SZA. All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
Now, we got the People's Choice Mix coming up. I do not know how DJ Envy constantly leaves a mix every day, but he's been on vacation for the past 2 weeks.